The following is a presentation of WGAA Sports.
Here's a ball hit deep to left field. Back to the wall. Walk-off home run. Hit to right field and down. Cedartown has tied the game. 0-1 pitch. Little chopper right side. That's going to be down. Cedartown wins.
The 3-1 pitch.
Ball hit to straightaway center field and deep. Back it goes. It is a home run.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA, 106.1 FM and AM 1340. Broadcasting online at WGAAradio.com and streaming on the TuneIn Radio app and Facebook Live. And now, let's head down to the field for today's action.
Welcome into Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball after the Cedartown Bulldogs took game one of the doubleheader to win the series 4-0. It'll be a try for the Dogs to sweep it here with a brisk wind as we are about to begin game two along with Sam Branch, Andrew Carter with you here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network. The Cedartown Bulldogs come into this third game of the series against the Hiram Hornets. The Dogs with a 10-6 overall record, 8-3 in region action. The Hiram Hornets 8-12 and 2-9 in region play in the season. The Bulldogs currently ranked 23rd in the Class 4A rankings, the power rankings, which will be very important next season when all teams in all classifications go to a power ranking for playoff contention. Hiram at number 44 in the power rankings. It will be Owen Pilgrim to pitch for the Bulldogs here in game one. We were talking between ball games about how Cedartown is very fortunate to have three very good starting pitchers to go to in different situations, Sam. And when you have 3-game series, when you come to playoffs, once you do have best of 3 series, it's good to have 3 pitchers ready to go there in the starting rotation.
Yeah, absolutely. Everett Perkins, Timothy George, and now Owen Pilgrim. The Dogs throwing all 3 of the big arms this week. Of course, Perkins went in game 1 and would only go 3 innings of that 5-inning game, and that was just because we didn't need him to go anymore with the Dogs jumping out in front of the Hiram Hornets all on top there all game long. A 10-run first, and Perkins would cruise through the next 2 innings. And then you had Timothy George. He would go 6 innings here in game 1 of the doubleheader, game 2 of the 3-game series with Daniel George coming on in relief. And then you got Owen Pilgrim tonight. So you're right. 3 arms that you can go to in a starter role, and then you've got several that you can go to in a reliever role. And that is definitely going to become very important for the Dogs down the stretch and then once we get ready to go into playoff mode. Gavin Allred is going to be behind the plate for the Dogs here in game 2 of the Twin Bill. Waylon King has been behind the plate for the Dogs for the last few games, and Allred will return here. So it'll be Worthen to lead things off here in the top of the first inning for the Hiram Hornets. He will step into the box, and we're ready to go to work. First pitch on the way from Pilgrim. Shows bunt. Bunts it hard down the third base side, and Everett Perkins fielded it cleanly, but then mishandled it going to his throwing hand. And so Worthen should have been retired, but instead he'll be at first base. So we'll see how they will score that, but either way, the leadoff man is aboard.
I think that's got to be an error on Perkins. And again, very uncharacteristic of Perkins to make errors like that on a bunt try. And he would probably say, I would normally make that play. Yeah, he just mishandled it, so it is an E5.
So this will be Wardland. He'll come up with the runner over at first. First pitch on the way to him, and they're called strike 1. Dogs trying to sweep the series. The wind continuing to blow in from center field. The 0-1 on the way. Missed outside, ball 1. That'll take the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. On number 7 for the Hornets, Wardland. Look in from Pilgrims. Pitching from the stretch, big lead, runner will go, and Allred's just going to put that one in his pocket. The pitch was a strike, so that'll take the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Wardland, but the runner does move up.
I'll tell you what, you almost need to I think you need to have a little bit better communication there. I think if we saw where he was standing there, I think we would have tried to pick him off and might have had him picked off.
One's fouled off at the plate, and Wardland will stay alive to see another pitch.
He was kind of dancing just beyond the dirt cutout there around first base, and we were in the windup there. Might have had a chance to pick him off had we looked over that way, but it will be a runner at second base with nobody out in a 1-2 count.
Pilgrim will check the runner this time. Now he throws and he just air mails it into center field. Nobody was there, but thankfully Waddell is there to back it up and get it in quickly. And Worthman's going to have to hold at second.
Well, either somebody missed a sign there or it was just a throw that, you just made that you shouldn't have made. Either way, something got missed right there.
Thankfully, it doesn't cause any damage yet. The 1-2 on the way, a chopper to the left side. It'll be Perkins. He looked the runner back and dropped the chopper, and that is back-to-back balls that have been hit to Everett Perkins that he can't come up and throw with.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate right there. Yeah, he looked the runner back. I mean, that's what you got to do, but you also got to get an out, and the Dogs have yet to get an out here in the first inning. 2 on, nobody out. 2 errors, both on the third baseman.
So that'll bring up Tuggle, who will get the start on the mound for the Hornets here in Game 3 of the series. First pitch on the way to him, taken upstairs, ball 1. Absolutely not the way you want to start the game to try to complete the series sweep. The 1-0 on the way, hit down the left side, but fouled past the Bulldog dugout. Worthen, the runner, out at second base. Wardland, the runner, over at first. And Tuggle will stand in there with a count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch on the way to him. That one's taken outside, ball 2. So the count now goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Pilgrim checks the runner. Pitch on the way. That one's in the dirt. It's going to get away, and everybody is going to move up, and Allred just has to eat it. Now we've got runners at second and third. And Pilgrim is running into trouble here in the top of the first.
3 balls and 1 strike.
Pilgrim comes set. 3-1 on the way. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded. So the first 2 reaching on errors by the Dogs, and then a walk, and that's loaded them. And that'll bring up Thomas.
Number 9, Jordan Thomas.
And this is quickly turning into a problem. First pitch on the way from Pilgrim. Missed, ball 1. That one high and away. And the 1-0 on the way to Thomas is lifted straight back and foul, and that'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So the count even, and the pitch on the way to Thomas. 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, Pilgrim missing high and away with that. And the 2-1 on the way. That one upstairs, ball 3, and no place to put him. The 3-1. Cut on and chop down the first base side, foul past the Hornets dugout, and that'll take the count full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Got a new baseball, and now we're ready to go to work. Getting the baseball retrieved from the outfield and back to the home plate umpire, and now we're ready. Full count. And a payoff pitch on the way from Pilgrim. A chopper to the third base side. Perkins will field. They'll fire to first for out. To home for the first out. They go to first. Can't get the out. They drop it, and a run is going to score.
The throw was high there to Holiday, and that will probably be what the call will be. We'll see how they score that play there, but it will be a 1-0 lead for the Hornets. And we finally get one out, though.
But the runners are still on the corners. We tried to double them up, and we just couldn't get the throw down to first in time. So that's going to bring up Camp. He'll come to the plate. One out in the inning, and some defensive alignment adjustments for the Dogs. In the lineup, Allred is the only defensive change for the Dogs. It's still Perkins, Allen, Gerald, and Holiday, third to first, and then Flemister, Waddell, and George left to right. Now, George, of course, did not start out in right field in game one, but he did end the game out there as Bozeman would get the start out there. First pitch on the way to Camp, cut on and miss for strike one. No balls, one strike on the big first baseman for the Hornets. For those of you that missed game one, the Dogs picked up the win by a final score of 4-0. Looking for the series sweep here. The 0-1 on the way. Runner goes to second easily down there. That one got away from Allred, and I doubt we would have thrown down anyways to try to get the speedy Thomas. So the count's now even at 1 ball and 1 strike, and the Hornets continuing to threaten. In Atlanta, the Braves are up 4-0 over the Royals. The 1-1 called strike two. Good pitch there by Pilgrim. They're in the top of the fifth at Truist Park. And the 1-2. It's a chopper down the third base side and foul. So that'll keep the count where it is and give Camp another try. Chris Sale still out on the mound for the Bravos. And he's made it through 5. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 out. Pitch on the way to Camp. First base, Holiday bobbles it, but he'll recover and go to first for out number 2. The run does score from third, and it's now a 2-0 lead for Hiram. Tuggle would come in to score. Thomas does advance up to third. And that's going to bring up Ramirez, who was the starting pitcher in game one.
Well, the Hornets have cashed in the 2 runners that reached on the errors there, and there's the 3 errors in this game. 2 at third and the error on the throw at shortstop from catcher to the first baseman. That's fouled back for strike 1. So 2 E5s and an E2 in that in this first inning so far. No hits for the Hornets.
Pilgrim also issuing a walk in the inning so far. And the 0-1 on the way. Missed outside, ball 1.
And that walk is the runner at third base and that of Thomas.
That'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Pilgrim the look in. Checks the runner at third. The 1-1 on the way. Cut on and missed for strike 2. A big cut by Ramirez. He was trying to double their score with that swing. Instead, he's behind in the count. And the 1-2 on the way from Pilgrim. And that one is hit to center field. It's going to be a play for Waddell. And they do score 2, but they strand 1. Cedartown trails as we go to the home half of the first inning. We'll be back after this break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big AA.
Looking for a good used vehicle? Don't go out of town. Come see the folks at Dingler Motor Company, 526 North Main Street. Bad credit, no problem. Dingler Motor Company can get you back on the road in no time with their in-house financing. Top quality pre-owned late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by and check out their wide selection at 526 North Main Street across from Livewire Surplus. Call them at 770-748-0906. Search them on Facebook at Dingler Motor Co. That's Dingler Motor Company.
There's nothing quite like the indoor comfort of a Daikin HVAC system. And not everyone can deliver the HVAC expertise and service quite like us, your local Daikin Comfort Pro. We're committed to your heating and cooling needs, whether you're looking for a system checkup or a replacement that fits your lifestyle and budget. Call us, your local Daikin Comfort Pro, today.
Call MasterTech Heating and Air at 770-748-6965 or visit us online at mymastertech.com and go Dogs.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big Double A.
Bottom of the first, Cedartown trails Hiram 2-0. 2 runs on no hits, but 3 errors in that first inning. 2 mistakes over at the hot corner, and then an errant throw from the catcher Gavin Allred to first base. That's how the Hornets got 2 in the top of the first. The Bulldogs hoping to counter. Ace Allen, Tweet Gerald, Everett Perkins 1, 2, and 3. Dalen Holiday, the first baseman. Gavin Allred will bat in the spot of the DH Jacoby Williams, who played. Actually, Williams is going to be DHing in the ball game. He'll be down at the bottom of the order. It'll be Flemister, then George, Bryant Waddell, and Jacoby Williams. Williams will be hitting for the pitcher. We'll see if Ace Allen can take care of things.
Second half action underway in the first game of the second day of the Sweet 16. St. John's with a 57-51 lead over Duke. At the half, Alabama has a 2-point lead over Michigan, 49-47. As we said, the Atlanta Braves with a 4-0 lead over the Kansas City Royals there in the bottom of the 5th in Atlanta. And first pitch on the way from Tuggle to Allen. Shows bunt. Lays it down the third base side. Tuggle will field. Fire to first in time by a step and a half, and Allen is retired. He tried that in game 1 and bunted it foul. We tried it again here in game 2, and he connected but couldn't outrun the arm of Tuggle. So that's going to bring up Tweet Gerald. He'll come to the plate with the bases empty and 1 out. Tuggle the look in, pitch on the way to Tweet. Missed low, ball 1. Defensively for Hiram, third to first, Shy, Warthen, Ramirez, and Camp. Left to right, Hightower, Thomas, and Wardland. Behind the plate, the backup catcher, Morris. Pitch on the way is lifted to center field. It's going to be a play for Ramirez, actually. He'll make the grab. No, it missed out of his glove. Ramirez over at second base in on the dirt and could not make the squeeze. And so Gerald will reach on the dropped fly ball. So maybe, just maybe, Lady Luck's going to be kind to us, and we'll be able to counter with a couple of the errors that we made in the top of the first. This will bring up Everett Perkins, runner over at first and 1 out. First pitch on the way from Tuggle. And that's hit right back up the middle. It'll be another chance for Ramirez. Turns to 2. No, can't make it. They tried to go to second. They wanted to go 4-6 and maybe try to turn 2 and come 3. They got the 4 part right, but the 6 part didn't go. So Gerald stands safely at second. Perkins over at first. And that's going to bring up Day-Day Holiday. So the chance for the Dogs here. 2 on, 1 out. Tweet Gerald, your lead runner at second. Pitch on the way to Holiday, and they're called strike 1. Ramirez with a good toss there to Worthen at second. They just couldn't complete it. Tuggle will check the runner, and now he cut on and missed by Holiday. It got away from Morris, but not far enough. He's able to corral it right there at his feet. And Holiday is behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes.
Dogs are getting swing happy, and that's something that we were doing early in the Cass series. Also in the Altoona, game 2 of that Altoona doubleheader.
0-2 is lifted to left field. It's going to be a play for Hightower. Breaks in, misses it. It's going to get down. Tweet's going to round third. He's going to come home, and the Dogs are going to put a run on the board. Dalen Holiday with the fly ball out to left field, and Hightower couldn't make the squeeze on it. That'll be an error. No, they give him a single.
Yeah, that'll be a single because he came in on it. He really never touched the ball when it came down.
Number 3, Gavin Allred.
That's 2 errors, by the way, on the Hornets. So they're having some defensive woes, as the Dogs did in the top of the first inning.
It's Allred to the plate. First time in a while for Gavin. Everett Perkins now your lead runner at second base. First pitch to him in there, called strike 1. Holiday, your runner over at first. The Dogs pick up a single run here in the bottom of the first inning, and it's now 2-1. Cut the lead in half. Pitch on the way. That misses. That'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Tuggle checks the runner. Got the sign from Morris. And the pitch on the way. And that one is lifted foul out of play. And that'll take the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. 2 on. 1 out, 1 run already in. Dogs going for more. Pitch to Allred. Lifted foul down the first base side. A little bit of an interesting move there from Tuggle. Almost looked like he was going to throw back to second, but then would come home on the pitch. And Allred fouling that one off to see another pitch. Bulldog backstop, back in the box. Tuggle again, checks the runner at second, and he will go to second. The throw back, and Perkins is in there safely.
It was right in on the throw was right at his back.
So Perkins again will take his lead out at second base. Tuggle will check him. And the 1-2 on the way. Fouled at the plate again. Allred spoiled another good pitch there from the Hornets ace. Now we did hear between games that Hiram does have a pitcher that can throw 95, but he is not here tonight. And Tuggle, although he's not the kid that can throw 95, pretty much considered the Hornets ace. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hit right back up the middle. Tuggle will field. He'll top fire to third. They'll step on the bag, so they get the lead runner and the second out of the inning. And Allred's over at first, and Holiday is up to second, and it's going to bring up B.J. Flemister. So if the Dogs want to cash in the base runners, it's going to be up to B.J. See if he can't get aboard here. Bottom of the first inning.
Come on, B.J., line drive.
Holiday takes his lead out at second base.
Right center.
And B.J. hits one to the right side, and that one is trailing away from the right fielder and foul.
Yeah, so that one, you heard someone comment, that's the wind, and it definitely got in the wind, and that's the reason why that ball went foul.
So everybody will have to reset. And Flemister will climb back in the box behind in the count. Tuggle comes set, checks the runner, pitch on the way. That one's well outside. Good stop there by Morris. And that'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, Tuggle gets the sign from Morris. And the 1-1 on the way. A chopper to the left side. It'll be a play for Shy. Knocks it down, picks it up, fires to first, and in time by a step. So the Dogs score 1, but they strand 2. It's 2-1. We'll head to the top of the second. We'll be back after this break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big Double A.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, two Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer, and that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Are you ready for steel? Equipment, that is. At Croker's Hardware in Cedartown, we've got all the steel equipment. Blowers and shredder vacs, chainsaws, augers and drills, trimmers and brush cutters. We're very proud to be a retailer for the steel product line. As an independent dealer, we can provide many services that the big box chain stores just can't match. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is always ready to help you select the equipment that meets your specific needs. So call Croker's for a steel today. That's 770-748-4842 to learn more about steel in Cedartown.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big Double A.
As we head to the second inning, Cedartown trailing Hiram 2-1. Cedartown one hit in that first inning. Couple of errors by the Hiram Hornets. Dogs may have had a chance for a few extra runs, but unfortunately could not get it done, as we hope for a better inning defensively for the Bulldogs, who had 3 errors in that top of the first inning. 2 runs scored, both were unearned. No hits in that first inning. Throw goes down to second base. We're ready to go as the Hornets will bring Shumway, Hightower, and Morris due up 7, 8, and 9 in the lineup for the Hiram Hornets.
So Owen Pilgrim on the bump still for the Dogs. And it'll be Shumway. He'll lead things off here in the top of the second inning. First pitch on the way to him in there, called strike one. Pilgrim ran into a lot of first inning trouble. We'll hope that he will fare better here in the second inning. The 0-1 on the way. Missed, ball one. That'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1. Outside, ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Lifted foul, out of play, back behind the bleachers here down the first base side. Young fan from Queen Street going to take home a nice souvenir. And the 2-1 on the way. Or 2-2, excuse me, called strike 3. And that'll be the first out of the inning.
They will take it.
All day long. And twice on a Friday night. And that's going to bring up Hightower.
First strikeout of the game so far pitched by Owen Pilgrim.
Hightower getting the start out in left field for the Hornets. And the first pitch on the way to him from Pilgrim. Missed a bit upstairs, ball 1. Pitch on the way from Pilgrim, cut on and missed. That'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Dogs back in action on Tuesday here at CHS, playing host to the Cartersville Purple Hurricanes. The 1-1 is on the way, and that one missed low and away, ball 2. We also learned that Dalton lost in game 1 tonight in their doubleheader to the Allatoona Buccaneers. So that's an interesting game there. 2-1 on the way, cut on and miss, way out in front of that one, and that'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That was ball 3 all day long, but Hightower was caught swinging out of his shoes. And the 2-2. Called strike 3, second strikeout of the inning for Pilgrim. And so far, this second inning proving to be much better for that young man. That's going to bring up the center fielder, or excuse me, the catcher Morris. He's the backup catcher, as Tuggle is their primary backstop, but he's getting the start here on the mound. So Morris stands into the box. First pitch on the way to him. Cut on and miss. Strike one. And the 0-1. Missed outside. Ball one. That'll even up the count at one each.
I'd have gave him that long.
1 ball, 1 strike to count. And the pitch. That one also missing outside. Ball 2. They will appeal down to the first base umpire. Said he checked his swing, so the count will remain 2-1. Pilgrim toes the rubber, gets the sign from Allred. Long look in. Time called, and Pilgrim will still throw it because he had already started into his wind-up motion. As Morris called a very late timeout, but was awarded the request. Morris climbs back in the box. 2-1 the count. And the pitch cut on and missed. Strike 2. That'll even him up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the second. 2-1 your score. Dogs trail. The 2-2 on the way. Breaking ball, strike 3. They drop it. Allred's going to have to throw down to first. Can't get there. It is just off the tip of the glove of Holiday. He rounds second, and we should have him dead to rights, and we do. The tag at second applied, and the Dogs get out of the inning after the drop strike 3 call. 3 strikeouts for Pilgrim through 2 innings. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Dogs trail 2-1. Back after this break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, WGAA AM 1340, 106.1 FM, and of course across all of our social media platforms, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and the NFHS Network.
Coverage of Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball on the Big AA is brought to you in part by Republican State Representative Trey Kelly of Cedartown.
This is Representative Trey Kelly. I want to wish all the players and coaches a safe and successful season. You've worked hard to represent us on the field, and I'm proud to represent you in the Georgia House of Representatives. Again, this is Representative Trey Kelly, and I want to thank you for listening to the Big AA. Go Dogs!
This announcement paid for by State Representative Trey Kelly, kellyforhouse.com.
Make the right play. Go to Peach State Ford in Cedartown today.
Rush to Peach State Ford in Cedartown. Peach State Ford has a championship lineup of new and pre-owned vehicles. Peach State Ford is now open in your backyard.
Peach State Ford is proud to be part of your local community. Whether you're waiting for your vehicle to get serviced, picking up a part for your vehicle, or stopping by to check out a new vehicle for yourself, Peach State Ford offers a wide range of amenities to enhance your experience. Peach State Ford in Cedartown, 2076 Rockmart Highway, 770-748-3673.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Bottom of the second. Score is still 2-1 Hiram after a great defensive play there by the Bulldogs. Unfortunately, well, it was a bad defensive play canceled out by a good defensive play. Throw went down to first base on a drop, strike 3. But whoever backed it up, we believe it might have been Timothy George.
It was either Timothy George or Tweet coming over for second. But either way, whoever was able to get over there and make the throw, they threw a laser beam to second, which that was the easy part. The tough part was getting to it as quickly as they did.
Right.
And maybe Hiram getting a little greedy on the base pads.
Perhaps they were. Timothy George, Bryant Waddell, and Jacoby Williams, 7, 8, and 9 due up here in the bottom half of the second inning. Still waiting for the catcher to come out.
Having a little bit of a wardrobe malfunction. He went out there without his helmet, and he can't get his chest guard strapped in. And, of course, we've got to get our pitch comm ready.
In the bottom of the sixth, Atlanta still leading Kansas City 4-0.
So the catcher just now getting out there, and the warm-up pitch is going down from Tuggle, and that one missed badly.
I'm sure he'll get limited pitches just because of the time.
Yeah, we are at 4 minutes past 9. Of course, for those of you that are just now tuning in or maybe tuned in late to Game 1. That game was originally scheduled to start at 5 o'clock. It was a 6 p.m. first pitch due to some transportation issues for the Hornets. That game ended at the top of the hour of the 8 o'clock hour, and so we started Game 2 right at 8:30. And here we are at the top of the 9 o'clock hour in the bottom of the second inning. Cedartown with a 2-1 deficit to the Hiram Hornets. They have won the first 2 games of the series, looking for the 3-game sweep. And with the region standings the way that they are, the Dogs need to sweep every single series that they can if they're going to compete with Dalton and Cartersville. First pitch on the way to George. Catches the outside part of the plate, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Pitch on the way from Tuggle. And that one is inside, ball 1, and it's now close. Even at 1 ball and 1 strike. I agree.
Very close.
1-1 on the way. Lifted to the right side. That one's going to get down, and that's going to be extra bases for George. Wardland made a dive at it and came up well short, and Timothy George stands at second.
Well, he's lucky he's only at second base. If that ball had rolled farther away, he's at least at third.
I don't want to play Monday morning quarterback, but I think if Wardland had just played it off the bounce, he probably would have kept George to a single. But instead, Timothy's at second base, and that's going to bring up Bryant Waddell, and the Dogs already in scoring position here in the home half of the second.
Base hit means tie run.
The wind momentarily for the first time tonight seems to maybe be dying down just ever so slightly. They show bunt. They get it down the first base line, and it is a hard bunt, and they will make the tag, and he is out. But George does move up to third, and Waddell, Andrew, almost put that one down the line in a spot that he was able to beat it out, but instead Tuggle's there to make the tag.
Just bunted it a bit too hard to get a base hit out of it, but it does do the job. Moves the tying run to third base with only 1 out.
And that'll bring up the DH, Jacoby Williams. He's batting in the 9 spot, so a little further down in the lineup than what we're used to seeing him. First pitch on the way to him from Tuggle. Lifted out of play, back behind us, strike 1. We know we have the Cartersville series looming next week. We also have the Southeast and Dalton series.
Then that's it.
And then that's it. I was talking to a friend of mine today at work. His son plays for Model, and we were saying we're almost done. The 0-1 is in the dirt, and that'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. It's hard to believe that you're 3 series away from ending the regular season. But that's where we are. The 1-1 on the way from Tuggle. That one's going to get away. Nope, George is going to stay. Morris can't find it. And they would have been able to score George from third, but he stayed put. And with only 1 out in the inning and a hot hitting Jacoby Williams, and then back to the top of the order, you understand where his thought process.
It is so hard to pull the trigger on one like that because it was so hard. It bounced off the netting. I think we saw the ball better than I think the catcher did.
2-1 on the way, fouled back. That'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I mean, you can go back and analyze. Maybe you should have gone, maybe you shouldn't have gone. I think with the information we had at the time, I think where we saw the ball going, it might not have been a bad idea not to go, just because had the ball been located, we would have been dead to rights for out number 2 at home plate.
Williams in the box, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch on the way. Oh, strike 3, and Williams is the second out of the inning. First strikeout for Tuggle, and we'll go back to the top of the order to Ace Allen.
That's a big one, too.
It is, because now you got to rely on Allen to get that run across, which is not a bad guy to be in that situation. Ace Allen always a good at bat.
Now, you don't have to hit it out of the ballpark. You just need a base hit to tie the game and just keep the ball rolling. If you can get a home run, that's great, but you don't have to hit one.
First pitch on the way to him is lifted to the right side. It's going to be another chance for Wardland. He retreats, tries to get underneath it, and he will make the grab for out number 3. So the Dogs strand the runner at third. We still trail by 1. We'll go to the top of the third inning. We'll be back after this break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big Double A.
Looking for great deals? Stop by Livewire Surplus, located on North Main Street in Cedartown. They've got everything from tools and generators to patio furniture, lawn mowers, flooring, cleaning supplies, mini splits, and much more. Whether you're tackling a project or upgrading your space, they've got what you need. Come check them out at the store today. You'll never know what you might find. Check them out on Facebook or visit their new website, livewiresurplus.com. That's Livewire Surplus, 546 North Main Street in Cedartown, 678-861-5021. Bradford's Drug Store in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacists take time to get to know you and answer any questions you may have. Go by and see Justin Strickland and all the folks at Bradford's, and be sure to use their convenient drive-thru. 500 North Main Street in Cedartown, 770-748-3100. Bradford's Drug, your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big Double A.
Top of the third, Cedartown fails to score in the bottom half, leaving the tying run at third. 2 runs on no hits for the Hornets, 2 errors for them. Cedartown 1 run, 2 hits, and 3 errors. And again, that's where the 2 runs came from, way back in the first inning. Throw goes down to second base as we're ready to go here, as the Hiram Hornets will, I believe, start at the top of the order coming up. It'll be Werthers, Wardland, and Tuggle due up against the Bulldog hurler, Owen Pilgrim.
Number 2, Caden Morton.
Worthen is 0 for 1, but he would reach on an error. Second time through the lineup for Pilgrim, and that is a check swing foul over to the right side, and he's behind in the count. No balls and 1 strike.
He is indeed.
In for another nice weekend here in Northwest Georgia. The 0-1 on the way in the dirt. Now leaving up the count. A little cooler temperatures than last weekend.
Yeah, it is. Dropping off into the 60s for highs tomorrow. Maybe close to 70 on Sunday.
1-1 on the way. Cut on and missed. Strike 2 way out in front of that one was Worthen. And he'll climb back in the box, behind in the count. 1-2 on the way in the dirt. 2-2. Low's going to be in the low 40s both tonight and tomorrow. 2-2 on the way. Chopper up the middle. It's going to be a tough play for Ace Allen. Can't get there. That was just a slow chopper up the middle. And then it just kind of died off the pitcher's mound as it almost kind of hit right there at the dirt between the pitchers, or where the pitcher's mound and the infield grass come together, and that slowed it way down. Perkins was charging in from third, couldn't get there, gave way to Allen, and by the time he fielded it, no chance at a throw. So Worthen is going to reach for the second straight time. And this will bring up Wardland. He would also reach courtesy of an error and would come around to score the first run for the Hornets. Throw to first, not in time, as Worthen is back safely.
That is their first hit of the game so far.
They're going to, we ruled that an error on our game changer. That is not an error at all.
It's not an error.
That will be their first hit.
That will be changed. That was not an error.
Pitch to Wardland was well out of the zone, ball 1. Throw over to first, back safely. This weekend, the opening weekend for private land turkey hunting.
Let's go, Joe. Stroke's on my here, kid. Let's go.
Couple of weekends away from the Masters down in Augusta. 1-0 on the way, and they're called strike 1. That'll leave up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Rites of spring.
NASCAR heads to Martinsville. College basketball playoffs continue. Baseball in full swing. 1-1 in there. Called strike 2. So the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Wardland. And from my sources at Culp's Lake, the fish are biting. And the 1-2. Foul down the first base.
So I don't live very far from Culp Lake.
You do not.
I need to get an invitation to go over there.
Anytime, my friend. You just let me know.
You're a member, I'm guessing.
I am. We'll pull the old John boat out and troll around. The 1-2 runner goes, but that's fouled back off the screen, and the count will stay, and Worthen will have to head back over to first base. Yep. The lake temperatures, the water temperatures, are getting very, very close for the crappie to really start biting. Those typically will start biting the 1st of April. And I think we're very, very close. 1-2 on the way, and that missed well out of the zone. That'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You know, in addition to you doing the sports report, you need to do a fish and game report on
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Are the fish biting?
Yeah. Well, some people say yes, some people say no. Throw back over to first, almost got him. A Superman dive back to first by Worthen, and he's back safely, but just by the hair of his chinny chin. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count.
About every girl.
Pitch on the way, called, strike 3, and that'll be the first out of the inning and the 4th strikeout of the night for P. Graham. So after a very rocky first inning where he would give up 2 runs and some defensive errors, Pilgrim has settled in. Runner still at first, though, 1 out in the inning, and that's going to bring up Tuggle. First pitch on the way to him. Checked his swing. They'll appeal. Did not go, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes.
Yeah, I didn't think you did.
I didn't think you did either, but it's worth an ask, right?
Of course.
Throw over to first, that throw high, but Holiday able to corral it. Runner back safely again, and he is injured. Not sure. Don't know if he just got into the bag hard or what, but he's already back up and ready to go. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 on, 1 out. Cedartown trails 2-1 here in the top of the 3rd inning. Pilgrim, the look into Allred. Pitch on the way, and that is lifted to the right side. It's going to be a play possibly for Holiday in foul territory. He'll retreat and make the grab as he was backpedaling. And that'll be the 2nd out of the inning, and another great defensive play over at first by the Dogs, Dalen Holiday.
Now batting number 9, Jordan Thomas.
So that'll bring up Jordan Thomas, the center fielder. Throw over to first. We got him that time. And Worthen is thrown out at first, and that'll end the inning. 2-1 your score. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd. We'll be back after this break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big AA.
Hey, it's the Border Mexican Restaurant located at 718 North Main Street right here in Cedartown. They serve a wide variety of your favorite Mexican food made fresh daily. Great food, great fun. It's great for the whole family. Come see us at the Border Restaurant right here on Main Street in Cedartown. Or you can call for takeout at 678-246-1031. The Border Mexican Restaurant is the best Mexican food north of the border. That's the Border Restaurant right here in Cedartown.
Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for 100 years. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call today for tee time, 770-748-9671. Located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buckhannon Highway. Cedartown's original golf course celebrating 100 years. Cedar Valley Golf Course.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Bottom of the 3rd, Hiram 2, Cedartown 1. First time they've led in the series. Cedartown led 10-0 at the end of the 1st inning in Game 1. Scored first in Game 2 of the series, Game 1 today. But the Hornets scoring 2 unearned runs in the top of the 1st inning. Cedartown responded with 1. And here we are, trailing 2-1 as we head to the home half of the 3rd. Gerald, Perkins, and Holiday due up 2, 3, and 4. In Atlanta, the Braves lead the Kansas City Royals 4-0 in the bottom half of the 7th inning, but the Braves threatening have the runner on second base with 1 out.
Off the bottom of the third, number 2.
Braves looking good in their season opener. Sorry, Sam. The Cedartown Bulldogs would like to get their offense rolling a little bit more and take the lead back from the Hornets.
Yeah, just got to get the bats going here. Bottom of the third, a perfect opportunity for it as Tweet will lead things off. He's 0 for 1 with a run scored. Second time through the lineup for Tuggle. First pitch on the way from him to Tweet. Called, strike 1.
That outside corner is open for business.
Tuggle quickly gets the sign from Morris. Into the windup, pitch on the way. Cut on and miss, strike 2. So Tweet behind in the count here. No balls and 2 strikes.
Well, I'm telling you, this is a different look Hiram team than what we saw on Tuesday.
And the 0-2, and that one is lifted to the left side, and that one is going to get down for a base hit. Hightower will get to it as Tweet rounds first. He's going to stretch it into a double, and he's in there safely, and it gets away from the second baseman. Tweet's up to third, and they're going to hold him there. So Gerald with a leadoff double, and then he picks up third base on the throwing error, and the Dogs are in business here in the bottom of the third.
Well, you got to credit Tweet. Tweet was looking into the outfield when he was running. He rounded first big time. They were lollygagging in the outfield. They didn't get the ball back in quick enough, and when they finally realized that he was going to second base, they throw it errantly over to first or past second, and he's at third base, and the Dogs have the tying run 90 feet away with nobody out.
This will bring up Everett Perkins. Perkins to the plate. First pitch on the way to him from Tuggle. Misses upstairs. Ball 1.
Perkins has been quiet of late, and that's news. That's very rare for him. He has not had a good day today at the plate.
1-0 on the way to Perk. Lifted to the right side. That one's got a chance to carry some, and again, it's going to be down as Wardland tried to dive for it. Tweet will easily score from third. Perkins around second, and he's going to have an RBI triple as Everett Perkins has tied the game at 2 runs each. Wardland again dove for 1 out in right field, and he came up empty, and the Dogs cash in. We're tied here in the bottom of the third.
Well, just as soon as I say something like that, he gets a triple out of it.
So that'll bring up Day-Day Holiday. He had a triple this time last week, if I remember correctly.
I think he might have the team lead in triples.
That one's a hard hit ball to the right side. It'll go to the second baseman. It will score the run, and the Dogs take their first lead, I should say, here in Game 3 of the series. 3-2 as Holiday is retired on the ground out to Ramirez. 1 out in the inning. 2 runs across, and the Dogs are back on top, and that's going to bring up Gavin Allred, who's 0 for 1. So Allred will come to the plate with the bases empty. Pitch on the way from Tuggle. And that one is hit right back up the middle and through, and Allred is going to be aboard with a 1-out single.
Well, see, and that's the Allred we all know and love. I mean, he hits the ball hard, he hits it, gets a base hit, and that's what the Bulldogs have done, all season long when they're winning ball games and scoring a lot of runs. They're getting base hits. You're not getting doubles and triples all the time. You're getting singles. You're getting easy hits like that, and a good job there as he'll be relieved for a courtesy runner.
Courtesy runner, first base, number 24, Davis Johnson Warner.
So Davis Johnson Warner will be the courtesy runner there for the catcher, Gavin Allred. And here's B.J. Flemister.
Number 13, B.J. Flemister.
B.J. Flemister 0 for 1, Sam.
Yeah, and Flemister is due for a big hit. Love to see him get into one and drive the baseball. Warner will take it. Davis Warner Johnson, takes his lead over at first, and then it's lifted back. Out of play, foul. That'll take the count to no balls and 1 strike. Flemister's behind in the count already. So Johnson Warner, your courtesy runner over at first for the Dogs backstop Gavin Allred. 1 out in the inning. And the 0-1 on the way from Tuggle. That one's in the dirt. Good stop there by Morris to keep it in front of him. That'll even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Tuggle a long look into Morris. Comes set. Runner goes. That was over his head. Throw down to second base, and he is in there safely standing up as that pitch was well over the head of Flemister, and Morris had to go up there and get it. Credit Davis with the stolen bag. That'll also even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. And that one's over the head as well. That was the second. The first pitch over his head was ball 2. That's ball 3 there. So the count now 3 balls and 1 strike. Tuggle comes set. Checks the runner at second. And the 3-1 is lifted to center field. It's going to be a play for Thomas. He'll be there and makes the squeeze, and the runner will stay put at second, and that'll be the second out of the inning on the fly out to center field by Flemister.
Bring up Timothy George. Timothy is 1 for 1, has one of the Dogs' 5 hits.
Now batting number 15, Timothy George.
So George to the plate in a good spot here. See if we can't keep the inning going. Already scoring 2 runs and taking a 3-2 lead. First pitch on the way to George in the dirt. Good stop by Morris. 1 ball, no strikes. Now a 6-run lead in Atlanta for the Braves. They'll go to the 8th inning, leading 6-0. Tuggle checks the runner at second. Pitch on the way. That one's upstairs. Davis had a huge secondary jump out at second base. And Morris jumped up like he almost was going to throw down to second, but nobody was covering. So he just had to put it in his pocket. Tuggle comes set. Pitch on the way. That one's in the dirt. And again, another good step by, or good stop, I should say, by Morris. And the count's now 2 balls and no strikes. 3 balls, no strikes on the count, excuse me. Game changer is a full pitch behind. So the 3-0 on the way to Timothy George. Strike 1.
Still gotta be good.
Two runs in, runner out at second. 3 balls, 1 strike to count. And the pitch. That one's well outside, missed, got away from Morris. And George is going to be down at first. And Davis Johnson Warner stands at third. So now the Dogs have runners on the corners and 2 outs, and it's going to be Bryant Waddell. A golden opportunity for the Dogs to pick up another run here.
Hey, 2 out. Hey, first and third.
Waddell sacrificed his last time.
There goes George. And that one is fouled back, and George will have to go back to second. Or excuse me, back to first. He was trying to take second on the foul ball from Waddell. No balls, 1 strike to count on Bryant. Tuggle will check the runner at first. Pitch on the way. George will break for second. No throw down. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 the count on the Dogs center fielder. And that one is fouled back as the wind all of a sudden entered the press box. Pretty cool look at there at Truist Park. That was during the singing of God Bless America.
Nice.
Very, very pretty. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 on, 2 out. 2 runs across, 3-2 your score. The 1-2 on the way, lifted foul back behind us. Waddell will see another pitch.
You better open.
Tuggle up to 45 plus pitches. And the pitch. Cut on, miss, dropped, strike 3 though. The run will score. And Waddell is down at first safely. And it's now 4-2. It was a swinging strike 3 that the catcher dropped and it got away from him. And Waddell was able to scamper down to first base. And the Dogs have picked up 3 runs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning and taking a 2-run lead, 4-2. That'll be Jacoby Williams. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout, the DH number 9 man in the batting lineup tonight. Pitch on the way from Tuggle. Waddell will easily swipe second. Dogs just playing small ball here, Mr. Carter, base to base, station to station.
Well, and they're trying to get as much runs as they can. Dogs running with, of course, that stolen base was uncontested there. That pitch just missed for ball 2.
So 2 balls, no strikes to count on the DH for the Dogs.
Well, and if you're Hiram, you don't want to walk the bases loaded here and then bring Ace Allen up.
Absolutely not.
You know what Ace Allen can do.
Yeah, he's 0 for 2 here in game 2 of the doubleheader, but he's a swing away from making you be real upset with yourself. 2-0 is in the dirt, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes to count, and they're a pitch away from doing just that. Tuggle is struggling here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Williams, the DH. The 3-0 is in there, called strike 1. He was taken all the way. Tuggle comes set. The 3-1, called strike 2. Now you got to do something if you're Williams. You got to protect here as it's a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Tuggle comes set, payoff pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the Dogs will strand 2. We do score 3. We take a 2-run lead. It is 4-2. We'll go to the top of the 4th inning. We'll be back after a break and a word from our sponsors here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big AA.
Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. For oil changes, new tires, or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service, or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dogs!
Looking for a good used vehicle? Don't go out of town. Come see the folks at Dingler Motor Company, 526 North Main Street. Bad credit, no problem. Dingler Motor Company can get you back on the road in no time with their in-house financing. Top quality pre-owned late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by and check out their wide selection at 526 North Main Street across from Livewire Surplus. Call them at 770-748-0906. Search them on Facebook at Dingler Motor Co. That's Dingler Motor Company. Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big AA.
4-2 is your score as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Top of the 4th inning. I was trying to put us an inning ahead. Someone may or may not be ready to go home. Either way, Dogs scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. We take a 2-run lead into the top of the 4th. Owen Pilgrim so far through 3 innings. He's given up 2 runs, Neither one of those have been earned.
Number 9, Jordan Thomas.
He's only issued one walk, and he's recorded 4 strikeouts. So that is going to bring up 4, 5, and 6 here in the top of the 4th inning. It'll be Thomas, Camp, and Ramirez. Thomas climbs in the box, ready to go. First pitch on the way is lifted straight up and back behind us. Strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike. And they're called strike 2. Pitch on the way. Chopper up the middle. It'll be a play for Tweet. He'll gather and fire on to first for out number 1. So Thomas is retired as the leadoff man here in the top of the 4th inning. So that's going to bring up Camp, the first baseman. He is 0 for 1. He does have an RBI on the night. So Camp climbs in. First pitch on the way to him, and they're called strike 1. Owen on the way from Pilgrim. That misses in the dirt. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pilgrim comes set, gets the sign from Allred. And the 1-1. That missed. Ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike, nobody on, 1 out. Pitch on the way to Camp. And that is lifted to the left side, and that is going to be caught by Ace Allen. The leaping catch by the shortstop. That had shallow left field written all over it. And Allen served as the eraser and said no thanks. 2 outs in the inning.
Number 1, Jacob Ramirez.
That'll bring up Jacob Ramirez. He's 0 for 1. He was the starting pitcher in Game 1 of tonight's doubleheader. Did not have a bad night on the mound, just did not get any defensive help or run support. First pitch to him from Pilgrim is taken upstairs out of the zone. Ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Pitch on the way, cut on and miss. That'll even up the count at 1-1. Pilgrim's going to step off. Ramirez will step out. Now he's back in. And the 1-1 on the way. That missed upstairs. Ball 2. Hiram would strike for 2 runs in the top of the first inning. Cedartown would counter with 1 in the bottom of the first, 3 in the bottom of the third. 2-1, cut on and missed. And that takes the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cedartown bats coming alive. The 2-2 on the way. Just missed inside. Ball 3. So that'll run the count full. The big hit of that inning was the RBI triple by Everett Perkins. Payoff pitch on the way. Hit right back up the middle. Stopped by Pilgrim. He'll turn, pick it up, fire to first in time for out number 3. And the Hornets go in order in the top of the 4th. We'll head to the home half. Dogs lead by 2. 4-2 is your score. We'll be back after this break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, 106.1 FM, AM 1340, the Big Double A.
There's nothing quite like the indoor comfort of a Daikin HVAC system. And not everyone can deliver the HVAC expertise and service quite like us, your local Daikin Comfort Pro. We're committed to your heating and cooling needs, whether you're looking for a system checkup or a replacement that fits your lifestyle and budget. Call us, your local Daikin Comfort Pro, today.
Call MasterTech Heating and Air at 770-748-6965 or visit us online at mymastertech.com, and go Dogs.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, two Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer, and that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big Double A.
Dogs still with a 2-run lead. 4-2 is your score as we will head to the bottom of the 4th inning. So far through 4 innings, Owen Pilgrim, 2 runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. He has faced 15 batters. He has thrown 67 pitches. 42 of those 67 have been 4 strikes. Tuggle, through 3 innings, has given up 4 runs. 3 of them have been earned. 5 hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. And it'll be the top of the order for the Dogs to lead things off. Ace Allen, Tweet Gerald, and Everett Perkins. Of the 3, Allen, the only gentleman without a hit. In fact, 2, 3, 4, and 5 all have hits for the Dogs in the lineup. And there's Ace Allen's first hit of the game as he strokes it past the third baseman Shy. And that's a good way to lead things off for the Dogs here in the home half of the 4th. Timothy George batting in the 7th spot. He also has a hit on the night.
Now batting number 2, second baseman.
So the Dogs now with 6 hits here in game 2. Tuggle will have to work from the stretch. Wants Marsh to run through the signs again. We'll check the runner at first, and now he'll fire over, and Allen is back. Barely. I'm talking about barely. Tuggle comes set. Pitch on the way. Allen goes. Gets away from Morris. He's easily going to be at second. Takes a big turn, but he will hold there as Morris was able to corral that pitch and get it back to Tuggle. So already Allen on the move on the base paths. He didn't wait long. Tuggle comes set. Checks the runner at second. They show bunt. It's taken high. Ball 2. So the count now 2 balls and no strikes on the Dogs' second baseman. He plays second. He hits second in the batting lineup, and he wears number 2. And he's ahead in the count here, 2-0. Pitch on the way to him, shows bunt again. He does go after that one. So the count will go to 2 balls and 1 strike. Tweet's also one of those guys that's speedy enough to lay down a bunt and turn it into a base hit if he so chose to. Tuggle's going to step off. Now he's back on. Camp is playing in on the grass over at first, anticipating another bunt attempt from Tweet. He won't this time, and he'll slap it foul back behind the press box, and that'll take the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, the count even on Tweet. Long look at Ace Allen. They will throw, and they throw it in the dirt, and he actually hit Allen with it. He was 4 feet to the third base side of second base with that throw, and he just plunked Allen in the side.
Yeah, if that throw doesn't hit him, Sam, he's going to be at third base because it was nowhere near a defender.
Nowhere near him. So Tuggle will get back on the rubber. Checks the runner at second again. Allen with his lead. 2-2. Hit to the left side and through. Allen is going to round third, and he's going to hold there. And Tweet, with his second hit of the night, moves the runner over, and the Dogs have runners at first and third with nobody out. Duke survives a scare from St. John's. They will head to the Elite 8 with an 80-75 win over Rick Pitino's St. John's team. Michigan has surged ahead of Alabama. They lead 78-67 with about 6 minutes left to play in that contest. Coaching visit. Crimson Tide, one of the only 2 SEC teams still alive, as Tennessee will play in the nightcap tonight against Iowa State. That is a 10-10 tip-off on TBS. Number 2, UConn. The second-seeded Huskies will take on the third-seed Michigan State Spartans. That's a 9:55 p.m. CBS tip-off, and you want to talk about a battle of 2 blue bloods.
You better believe it.
Especially when it comes to the tournament, and that's UConn and Michigan State. Of course, longtime head coach of the Spartans, Tom Izzo, still at the reins. Dan Hurley at UConn turned down an NBA offer a couple of years ago to stay the head coach of the Huskies. There's going to be a new coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels next season. That'll be an interesting hire there. A lot of big names, potential leading candidates. First pitch on the way. Tweet Gerald was halfway to second when Tuggle released that ball, so he will easily swipe the bag as Everett Perkins, who was 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI, comes to the plate. He had a triple in his last at bat. Pitch on the way to him. That misses in the dirt. Ball 2. The wind is now blowing from right to left. And the 2-0 on the way, and that's a chopper down the third base side. It'll be a play for Shy. He will field and fire on to first, but not in time, and it gets away from Camp, and Allen is going to score from third. Here comes Tweet. He's going to round third, but he'll hold there. And the Dogs have added another insurance run, and it's now 5-2. Shy took a long time to get that throw over to Camp, and then he short-hopped him. And so Perkins is safe on the throwing error, and the run scores, and that'll bring up Day-Day Holiday. Runners at second and third in the form of Perkins and Gerald. And he got a big bat at the plate. First pitch on the way to Holiday. Fouled off at the plate, 0-1. Billy Donovan, the longtime head coach of the Florida Gators that won a couple of national championships down in Gainesville back in the mid-2000s, has been a name that is mentioned as a potential coaching appointment for UNC. The 0-1 on the way. That's a chopper at the foul, or chopper at the plate foul, and that'll take the count to no balls and 2 strikes. Donovan now in the NBA with the Chicago Bulls organization. You also have Dusty May, the head coach of the Michigan Wolverines, as a potential replacement. The 0-2 on the way. That's hit down the first base side, but a good grab there by Camp. He'll tag first for the first out of the inning, but Tweet is able to score from third, and it's now 6-2. Nate Oates, the head coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide, also a name that is on the list for UNC.
You think he leaves Alabama?
Listen, if the good Lord really does love me, and I know he does, he will send Nate Oates packing out of Tuscaloosa. Todd Golden, also the head coach, the current head coach of the Florida Gators, a name on the list. And that one is lifted. It'll be a play for the center fielder from Allred to Thomas for out number 2. The run will not tag. Gavin lifted that one sky high, and Thomas had to break for it and caught it on a dead run. And he's able to make the squeeze. So Everett Perkins will have to stay over at third. And now it's going to be up to B.J. Flemister if the Dogs want to add another insurance run. It's a 4-run lead for the Dogs here in the bottom of the 4th inning, 6-2. A run across in the bottom of the first, 3 runs across in the bottom of the third, and now 2 runs across here in the bottom of the fourth.
Braves defeat the Kansas City Royals 6-0. Game just went final in Atlanta.
First pitch on the way to Flemister, and they're called strike one. I would love for the game to go final here.
So would I.
With the Dogs in the win column. 0-1 on the way to Flemister. Misses upstairs. That'll take the count to even at 1-1. So congratulations, head coach, general, or what do they call him up there? The skipper, the manager.
The manager, yes.
To Walt Weiss. Also, Chris Sale will pick up the win, I'm assuming. 1-1 taken outside, ball 2. I'm assuming he went deep enough to qualify. I know he at least made it through the 5th. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count on Flemister. Pitch on the way to him. And that one is lifted out of play and foul. Sticking with the baseball theme and kind of connecting the dots in SEC, we'll talk about SEC baseball. The SEC is absolutely loaded in baseball this year.
Oh, they are.
You got the Texas Longhorns that are in the top 5. You've got the Auburn Tigers that are up there in the top 5. Mississippi State, one of those teams up there as well. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count on Flemister. Pitch on the way to him. That's lifted to the right side. It's going to be foul. Will it stay in the park? No. And so no possible chance there for Wardland, and it's a long strike 2 on Flemister.
After Mississippi State had an off year last year, they've really rebounded this year with their new coach. And, of course, Dylan Cupp, who originally signed with Mississippi State, has moved on to Dallas Baptist, and he's having a good year with them. They're not having the best season in their conference, but still he's getting a lot of playing time, and I'm glad to see that.
2-2 on the way to Flemister, fouled off at the plate. He'll stay alive. The Georgia Bulldogs also with a good season so far on the diamond.
Very good season.
I believe the Oklahoma Sooners are also having a decent season this year. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch on the way, lifted foul again by Flemister, and that one's going to land right behind the visitors' bleachers over here. One runner on, I should say. 2 runs in. It's a 2-2 count with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Ace Allen led this inning off. Pitch on the way to Flemister. That's in the dirt. That's going to get away from Morris. Here comes the runner from third, and Perkins is in there safely. And it's now 7-2 Dogs. So Cedartown striking for 3 runs here in the 4th inning. They matched their game high of 3 runs in the 3rd inning. B.J. Flemister going to try to keep it going. Tuggle with the look into the dugout. Now he'll go to Morris for the count, or for the sign, and the 3-2 is on the way, and that misses out of the zone. Ball 4, and Flemister with a good at bat will draw the 2-out walk. And that's going to bring up Timothy George. George is 1 for 1 with a walk.
Number 15, Timothy George.
So George to the plate. Tuggle will check the runner over at first.
Long look.
Very long look. Time called at the plate. George will step out. So looking at the NCAA baseball rankings right now, you have Texas at 2, Arkansas at 4, Auburn at 5. Runner goes in there for a called strike, and that'll be first strike on George. And Flemister has the base swiped. Mississippi State at 6, Georgia at 7, Oklahoma at 8. The top 10 dominated by the Southeastern Conference. The 0-1 on the way to Georgia in there, called strike 2. You also have the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets in there. They're at 3rd. The top team in the country, though, right now is the UCLA Bruins.
That's a classic blue blood college baseball team.
The The 0-2 on the way to George, a chopper down the third base line and fouled. You also have Ole Miss right now ranked in at 18, Kentucky at 19, Tennessee at 21, and Texas A&M at 25. Texas, the top team in the SEC with a mark of 20-3. You have Arkansas at 18-7, Auburn at 19-4, Mississippi State at 19-4, and your Georgia Bulldogs with a mark of 20-5. Of course, that's the overall records, not SEC records. 0-2 to count. Pitch on the way. George lifts that one to the left side. It's going to be a play for Hightower. He retreats, camps out underneath it, and will make the grab for out number 3, but not before the Dogs are able to strike for 3 more runs. It is a 5-run lead for your hometown Cedartown Bulldogs, 7-2, as we will head to the top of the 5th inning. The Dogs lead. You are listening to Cedartown High School Baseball here on your home for Cedartown High School Sports. WGAA AM 1340 and 106.1 FM.
Have you been to Croker's Hardware and Supply lately? Croker's is the place to find everything you need, from boots to fencing, from plumbing supplies to wood and gas stove fittings, everything, even paint and flooring. Whether you're building or repairing, everything you need is right here at Croker's Hardware on East Avenue. Name brands galore right here in your back door. Orca and Yeti coolers and tumblers, case knives, native eyewear, buck stove grills, and more. At Croker's, you can find everything.
Go by and see the friendly staff there at 1192 Rockmart Highway. That's Croker's Hardware in Cedartown.
Coverage of Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball on the Big AA is brought to you in part by Republican State Representative Trey Kelly of Cedartown.
This is Representative Trey Kelly. I want to wish all the players and coaches a safe and successful season. You've worked hard to represent us on the field, and I'm proud to represent you in the Georgia House of Representatives. Again, this is Representative Trey Kelly, and I want to thank you for listening to the Big AA. Go Dogs!
This announcement paid for by State Representative Trey Kelly, kellyforhouse.com.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
We head now to the top half of the 5th inning. Cedartown leading now 7-2. We put up 3 runs in the past 2 innings. Of course, 1 run in the first inning. Dogs took the lead in the bottom half of the 3rd and have not looked back since then. 2 runs on 1 hit, 2 errors for the Hiram Hornets. That might be changed. Of course, the Cedartown Game Changer still has Hiram with no hits, but I think you just have to give him 1 hit. 7 runs on 7 hits for the Bulldogs. I missed a few there on my stats. I get those added there. 7 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors. And the Hiram Hornets will lead it off here in the top of the 5th inning with Pilgrim still on the bump.
7, 8, and 9 due up as that first pitch to Shumway misses. Ball 1.
The wind's still spinning out there. It's really blowing in hard. And really, you can tell, bringing in some cooler air as well.
That's a chopper up the middle. It'll be a play for Allen, who will field and fire on to first for out number 1 here in the top of the 5th inning. So the DH is retired on 2 pitches, and this will bring up Hightower, the left fielder. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. You know, outside of that first inning trouble that Owen Pilgrim ran into, Andrew, he has had a really good game.
He has. And really a lot of that, a lot of the trouble he had wasn't really his fault. I mean, there was some errors in that inning defensively. He did walk a runner. Both of those runs, though, unearned. And with the Cedartown Game Changer, no hits allowed. Only 1 hit according to our unofficial stats. That's upstairs for ball 1.
Morris is going to hit for Hightower here in the 8th spot. And he's ahead the count. Pilgrim looks in, gets the sign from Allred. The 1-0 on the way. That misses low, ball 2. .2-0 on the way. Called, strike 1. And Gavin Allred quickly popped up and went and turned around and talked to the home plate umpire about something. And the umpire will call time, and he's going to go down and talk to the field umpire who was down the first base line. Is he going to say interference? Is that what he's arguing?
I'm wondering if a batter batted out of order.
Yeah, that's what he just said down here. And that is correct. Morris is supposed to be the 9th man in the spot. It's supposed to be Hightower. It goes Shumway, Hightower, Morris.
Everybody's telling me to come out. Say, Devin, you're out. Devin, you're out. I'm going to listen.
So the umpires have gotten together, and I think he's going to go over now and talk to Coach Lane. And that's correct. He is batting out of order. And he's showing him the iPad with the game changer that shows Shumway, Hightower, Morris.
My goodness, man, come on. Devin.
So Morris will be called out for batting out of order. Now, will they go back now and let Hightower bat, or do they skip and go to the top of the order? I'm not sure. What's the ruling on that, fellas? The jury's out. We don't know. We got to consult. We'll go to the monitors.
Thank God we don't do
Where
that
in the world is Dan Merkins? He would know.
He would know.
So Hightower is coming to the plate. All right. They're just going to put him in and make him start with the count. What are we doing? What are we doing, ump? So the count is still 1-1, and Hightower now comes to the plate. So the 1-1 misses 2-1.
Hey, you got your Trisco, baby.
Now I thought it was an out. 2-1 on the way, lifted back foul, and that'll take the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. All right. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, and 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. And Pilgrim is going to step off. Now he's back on and ready to go. And the 2-2 is on the way. Big breaking ball missed upstairs, and that'll take the count full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. And cut on and missed, and that'll be an out. 2nd out of the inning.
Cedartown's going to the dugout.
Because it should be the 3rd out of the inning. Because they batted out of order.
Batting out of order, they didn't hit, so you assume no count. So you go back to the box and put the batter that's supposed to be there in. So that's down.
Okay, so you just heard the explanation from the home plate umpire.
So
since he didn't hit.
I'm reading the rule. This is an AI query on the NFHS rule for baseball, softball. If a team bats out of order, the proper batter is called out on appeal if caught before the next pitch or play. The improper batter is removed. All runners return to their original bases, and the next proper batter takes their place. If not caught before the next pitch, the order becomes illegal, or becomes legal. And we did appeal that. There's a ground ball
to the right side. Now that is Morris. A play at first, and he's out. And either way, the Dogs get out of the inning in order. So an interesting top of the 5th inning.
I'll say.
The Hornets are still retired in order. We'll go to the home half. The Dogs lead 7-2. We'll be back after this break here on Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big Double A.
Make the right play. Go to Peach State Ford in Cedartown today.
Rush to Peach State Ford in Cedartown. Peach State Ford has a championship lineup of new and pre-owned vehicles. Peach State Ford is now open in your backyard.
Peach State Ford is proud to be part of your local community. Whether you're waiting for your vehicle to get serviced, picking up a part for your vehicle, or stopping by to check out a new vehicle for yourself, Peach State Ford offers a wide range of amenities to enhance your experience. Peach State Ford in Cedartown, 2076 Rockmart Highway, 770-748-3673. Looking for great deals? Stop by Livewire Surplus, located on North Main Street in Cedartown. They've got everything from tools and generators to patio furniture, lawn mowers, flooring, cleaning supplies, mini splits, and much more. Whether you're tackling a project or upgrading your space, they've got what you need. Come check them out at the store today. You'll never know what you might find. Check them out on Facebook or visit their new website, livewiresurplus.com. That's Livewire Surplus, 546 North Main Street in Cedartown, 678-861-5021.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Bottom of the fifth inning, Cedartown leads 7-2. Coach Lane is out talking to the home plate umpire about what we were trying to kind of figure out between innings. We did find the rule, and the rule is if you catch the illegal batter there or batting out of order before a certain time, you can go back to the original batter and there's no penalty there. And I think that's what the case was.
But you assume the current pitch count, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
But I believe if we overheard the home plate umpire correctly, had he actually scored a hit,
right,
and we called it, then he would have been called out. But either way, no harm, no foul.
Yeah, but we got out of the inning there. They didn't score anything, so no issues.
Tuggle's still out on the mound for the Hornets as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning. Cedartown with a 5-run lead. It is 7-2. It's going to be 8-9-1 due up for the Dogs. Bryant Waddell, Jacoby Williams, and then back to the top of the order in Ace Allen. Tuggle's on the mound and ready to go to work. First pitch to Waddell, well inside. Ball one. 6 minutes past 10 p.m. here on the East Coast.
I got to admit, I didn't think we'd be here this late.
I did not either. Nevertheless, here we are, friends. And that is taken upstairs, ball two.
Well, this game started an hour later than scheduled due to Hiram not being able to round up transportation in time to get here at the scheduled 5 o'clock start.
That ball misses out of the zone, ball three. And for a city that's on the verge of not being a city anymore,
yeah, well,
not a good look, guys. Not a good look.
And again, Hiram High School is Paulding County Schools district, so
it doesn't matter.
Still, it don't matter, I guess.
3 balls, no strikes. The count, pitch on the way. Oh,
that's ball four.
Ball four, as that one was well inside too. So Bryant Waddell draws a 4-pitch leadoff walk to start the bottom of the fifth, and now it's going to be Jacoby Williams.
Jacoby Williams.
Cedartown with a 5-run lead.
Throw over to first base, and Waddell is back safely. Pitch on the way to Williams, in there, strike one. Jacoby back in the box, ready to go to work. Bryant over at first, takes his lead. Tuggle the look in, checks the runner at first, now comes set. And the 0-1. Swing and a miss by Williams, strike two. He chased ball one, and now he's got to protect as he's in a 0-2 hole here. the 0-2. A chopper to the third base side. It'll be a play for Shy. He'll go to second, but it drew the second baseman off the bag as he had to leap to try to make the grab, and he comes back down, but not in time as Waddell is able to slide in there under him, and everybody is safe. And there's still nobody out in the inning, and now we're back to the top of the order to Ace Allen.
Now batting, 0-0, Ace Allen.
So Ace Allen comes to the plate, 1 for 3 on the night. He's got a run scored. A base hit here could pick him up an RBI in the game. Tuggle checks the runner at second. Waddell with a big lead out there, a very big lead. Time called by Ace Allen.
Hey, we need somebody. We need somebody. It's a crazy lead.
And I tell you what, Waddell was playing chicken with Tuggle out there.
Oh, he's got a humongous lead.
Still a big lead. Pitch on the way to Allen in there, called strike 1. Count now, no balls and 1 strike. Pitch on the way, and that is lifted to center field. That is well hit. Thomas goes back, and he makes a squeeze for the first out, and nobody will move as Thomas quickly able to get that one into Worthen, and a smart move by Bryant Waddell to stay put right at second base, as he'd have been dead to rights at third.
Yeah, this is just not the night to hit the ball in the air straight away like that, because he got up in the wind and knocked it down. That ball might have been off the wall on a regular night, but not tonight. That wind coming in from the northwest, and it's just impossible to drive one deep.
So this will bring up Tweet Gerald. He is 2 for 3, 3 runs scored on the night for the Dogs' second baseman. And they will throw to second. They've got Bryant picked off, but they throw it past the third baseman.
Well, we're lucky, or they're lucky it did not go in the dugout, because had it gone in the dugout, he's coming home, and at third base would be Williams.
So Williams now stands at second base. Bryant Waddell in safely at third. They had us dead to rights, but a bad throw over to third that Shy could not corral. First pitch on the way to Tweet. Inside part of the plate, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to count. And the pitch on the way from Tuggle. Shows bunt. They lay it down to the pitcher. Can't handle it. And Tweet's going to be safe. And the bases are loaded.
And this is a very dangerous situation if you're Hiram. You got one of the best hitters in the lineup, Everett Perkins, coming up 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored. He's already got 2 RBIs. He's got a triple today. And I think in a normal situation, maybe you walk in here, but you can't afford to do that. The wind really coming in, and that dust is from the field is just lifted up into the air.
First pitch on the way to Perkins. High and tight, ball 1. Perkins already a triple on the night. Just like you said, he'd love to add to it here. He's ahead in the count here, 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch on the way. That ball is lifted to the right side. It's going to be a chance for Wardland. No, but it's just going to drop. We're going to score 1. And Williams is going to stop. They thought about sending Williams as the throw coming into home got away from Morris. But it scores a run, and it leaves the bases loaded, and it's now 8-2.
I think if Hiram had it to do over again, they would have thrown the ball toward third, because we had to wait to tag. Wardland out there kind of played it like he was going to catch it, but then played it on a hop. And when you do that, you have to stay behind and tag. And they might have had a play at third base, but they throw it toward home with no play there. And it's an 8-2 lead for Cedartown.
Dalen Holiday hits one on the ground. It'll be a chance for Ramirez. He'll field, fire to first for out number 2. And another run scores, and it's now 9-2. Dogs on top. A 7-run lead for the Dogs here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. as Dalen Holiday grounded into the fielder's choice. So that'll put Everett Perkins out at second base and Tweet Gerald over at third. And that's going to bring up Gavin Allred, the Bulldog backstop, with 2 outs here in the inning.
And if he was to hit one out of here, it would be a walk-off home run.
Pitch on the way, cut on and missed, strike one.
He was thinking about it.
That would get us to the 10-run mark. Pitch on the way in the dirt. Ball one, gets away. Here comes the runner. Throw to home, not in time. Tweet scores. And now it's 10-2. And we're still a homer away from the 10-run rule. Three runs scored by the Dogs in the third, 3 in the fourth, now 3 here in the bottom of the 5th.
Go, Gavin.
And Allred, although it would have to be a mighty one, is a swing away from sending us home early. And the 1-1 on the way. High and away, ball 2.
This is the 3rd inning in a row the Dogs have put up 3, but they're not done yet.
Allred back in the box. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch on the way from Tuggle. Swing and a miss, strike 2. That'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You got it, Gav.
Back in the box. Allred. Tuggle looks in. The 2-2. Outside, ball 3.
Good.
3 balls, 2 strikes, a full count. Payoff pitch on the way, and that is going to be hit right to Warthen at shortstop, and he'll make the grab. And that'll do it for the Dogs in the bottom of the 5th, but not before we strike for 3 more runs. It's an 8-run lead. It's 10-2. We'll go to the top of the 6th inning. We'll be back after a break and a word from our sponsors here on the Big AA.
Bradford's Drug Store in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacists take time to get to know you and answer any questions you may have. Go by and see Justin Strickland and all the folks at Bradford's, and be sure to use their convenient drive-thru. 500 North Main Street in Cedartown, 770-748-3100. Bradford's Drug, your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy.
Hey, it's the Border Mexican Restaurant located at 718 North Main Street right here in Cedartown. They serve a wide variety of your favorite Mexican food made fresh daily. Great food, great fun. It's great for the whole family. Come see us at the Border Restaurant right here on Main Street in Cedartown, or you can call for takeout at 678-246-1031. The Border Mexican Restaurant is the best Mexican food north of the border. That's the Border Restaurant right here in Cedartown. Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Top of the 6th, 10-2 lead for the Bulldogs. The last 3 innings, we've scored 3 runs in each of the 3, and 1 more run in the first inning to make it a 10-2 score. Hiram with only 1 hit now, and again, there's a discrepancy between that 1 hit being a hit and not a hit. But Hiram with a bunch of errors tonight. 5 errors in this game, too. Cedartown's got 3 errors, or 4, as Pilgrim continues his warm-up tosses as he pitches into the 6th inning. Cedartown with a chance possibly to win the ball game in the previous inning. Still has a chance to walk it off in the bottom of the 6th if we are able to hold it right here. We'd only have to score 2 runs to do so. But Pilgrim's done well. 5 innings of work. He's thrown 76 pitches, 2 runs, no earned runs, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. So again, you take out those 2 unearned runs in the first inning. He's had a great day on the mound starting for the Bulldogs.
Still working through his warm-up pitches as Gavin Allred was a little late getting out just because, of course, he was ending the previous half inning. Throw down to second, and we are ready to go to work. And it's going to be the top of the order. 1, 2, and 3 due up for Hiram, Worthen, Wardland, and Tuggle. Both Wardland and Tuggle have scored runs. Wardland has struck out. Tuggle has walked. Worthen is 0 for 2. And it will be the shortstop to lead things off. Owen Pilgrim to look in. First pitch on the way to him is skied straight up. It'll be a chance for somebody. It'll be Everett Perkins that'll come in, take charge, and then he misses it. But it's foul. Hit and then went in foul territory. Wow. We got lucky on that one. Perkins just overran it. Well, but that wind.
Well, the wind is what it was. I mean, he was underneath it. The wind just took a big old gust right as he was about to catch it. It falls. Now, he doesn't touch it when it falls, and that's the good thing. The backspin on that ball sent it foul, so it's brutal. A strike. Our camera finally went dead in the outfield.
Pitch on the way from Worthen. Misses low. That'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, it's been working hard out there.
Yeah, it has. Well, and I didn't change out the batteries between games, so that's.
My iPad is about to die.
Yes.
1-1. Misses outside, I should say. Ball 2, and the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Luckily, Andrew Carter has an iPad as well that still has Game Changer rocking and rolling.
29% on this one.
2-1 in there, called strike 2, and that'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I might have a solution for you. Stand by.
All kinds of solutions around here. The 2-2, high and tight, ball 3. If Andrews got it in his bag of goodies, I'm not surprised at all. He is the epitome of the Boy Scouts, always prepared. 3-2 is lifted to the right side. It's going to be in foul territory, and nobody's going to get there as it lands almost right at the base of the fence. Holiday and George were both on their way but could not get there, and so that'll keep the count at a full count of 3 balls and 2 strikes. And there is the solution just in the nick of time.
Just as you go below 10%.
That's right. So the count still full on Worthen, the shortstop, who's 0 for 2. Look in by Pilgrim. Gets the sign from Allred. Payoff pitch on the way. Big breaking ball missed upstairs. And Worthen draws a leadoff walk here in the top of the 6th inning. So that'll bring up the right fielder, Wardland, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a run scored. It is officially well past my bedtime. So I do apologize for the quality of the broadcast from this point forward. First pitch on the way to him, called strike 1. I feel like things just go downhill after about 9:45 for me when I'm on the air, as I'm typically snoozing and cruising by then. The 0-1 on the way, swing and miss, strike 2.
Oh, and this is true, because if I ever have to get in touch with you at night, there's no get in touch with you.
No, absolutely not. Check back with me at about 5:30 the next morning.
Yeah.
I'll be with you then.
You won't see a text.
Absolutely not. 0-2 on the way. That is fouled off at the plate. I can remember one instance where I went to bed and our group text between the two of us, Coach McKelvey and Logan Maddox, blew up. And I woke up to like 14 text messages, and I was
can't remember what it was.
Cow.
It was something big, though. It had to have been.
Throw over to first base, and Worthen is back safely. Got underneath the tag there from Holiday.
Yeah, Pilgrim's had a pickoff over at first already tonight. It was actually ended an inning. Feels like it's been forever.
It does. 0-2 pitch on the way, cut on and missed. Strike 3, and Allred is down. He's down hard. He got hit somewhere. Now he's up, and he's going to try to walk it off.
I wonder if he was hit by the bat?
I think it was. It didn't appear to be the ball. And he takes a long time to kind of walk that one off. Now, are they going to say that he fouled that one off?
I thought it was fouled, honestly. I thought I heard something, and I guess it was the batted ball that got him.
So the count will remain no balls and 2 strikes. Now, had our home plate umpire actually realized what was being played, I can assure you we would have gotten a reaction out of it. We know that guy well, and he would have loved that one.
Yeah, he would have.
So it will remain no balls and 2 strikes on Wardland. And that one's in the dirt. Good stop there by Allred, and that'll take the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pilgrim comes set. The 1-2 on the way. Cut on and missed strike 3, and that will be the first out of the inning. That is going to be the 6th strikeout for Owen Pilgrim on the night. And that is going to bring up the opposing pitcher, Tuggle.
Now batting number 5, Josh Tuggle.
Tuggle is 0 for 1. A run scored and a walk. Pilgrim comes set. Throw over to first. Runner back safely. And the pitch on the way. Chopper to the third base side, knocked down by Perkins and then bobbled by Allen, so everybody will be safe.
I think we'll see how they score it. That's a tough play.
Very tough play, as Perkins had to dive for that, moving to his left, and they will rule it a single. So that will be now the 2nd hit on the night for the Hornets here in game number 2 of the doubleheader, and that'll bring up Thomas. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Pitch on the way from Pilgrim. Cut on and missed by Thomas, strike 1.
Keep your head stable. It's all over, man. Come on.
Pilgrim approaching, or that was pitch number 90, and now that is lifted, and it's going to be a play for Bryant Waddell out in center field. Makes the grab, and then we'll get it in, and they have changed it on our game changer from a hit to an error. I have no idea.
There's been two errors charged to the Dogs tonight that have been, undeserved. In that first inning we had 3 errors, and those are deserved errors. But my goodness.
I definitely agree with you on that one, my friend.
Well, I'm keeping my official. I'm keeping ours the same now. Again, you can look back at Game Changer and whatever, but I just do not agree with that call.
Pitch on the way from Pilgrim, and that's a chopper and a play for Perkins. He makes the stab, and then did he lose his footing?
He did. He ruled it fair when he made the play, so the bases are going to be loaded.
And he was very close to making the grab and being able to drag his foot and get third all at the same time.
He came down really awkward. I hope he didn't tweak something.
So the bases are going to be loaded with 2 outs. And that's going to bring up
now batting number 1, Jacob Ramirez.
Jacob Ramirez, who is 0 for 2. Camp at first, Tuggle at second, Warthen at third. Dogs with an 8-run lead, 10-2. First pitch on the way to Ramirez, swings strike 1. This is the first real trouble that Pilgrim has run into since the first inning. He gave up 2 runs, both of them unearned. Time called by Ramirez at the plate, and he'll step out. Next broadcast of the Cedartown Bulldog baseball team will be on Tuesday here at home, a 5:30 first pitch against the Cartersville Purple Hurricanes. The 0-1 on the way, lifted to center field. Another play for Bryant Waddell. He will camp out underneath it and make the squeeze for out number 3. So the Hornets load them up, but they leave them full as we head to the home half of the 6th inning. Cedartown leads 10-2. We'll be back after this break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for 100 years. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call today for tee time, 770-748-9671. Located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buckhannon Highway. Cedartown's original golf course celebrating 100 years. Cedar Valley Golf Course. Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. For oil changes, new tires, or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service, or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dogs!
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big AA.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Cedartown leading 10-2 over the Hiram Hornets, looking to sweep the series. The Bulldogs will bring 6, 7, and 8 to the plate. B.J. Flemister, Timothy George, and Bryant Waddell. Warm-up tosses continuing. Tuggle, 5 innings of work, 8 hits, 10 runs, 4 of them earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Throw goes down to second base, and here we go. The Dogs, if they can score 2 runs, we can end it here in the 6th inning. We'll see if the Dogs can do that here.
Leading off for the Dogs, number 13, B.J. Flemister.
So B.J. Flemister will lead it off. Flemister in this game is 0 for 2 with a walk.
I can assure you, if they can end it here, you will hear no complaints from this portion of the peanut gallery.
There you go.
Absolutely none. First pitch on the way from Tuggle to Flemister. High and tight, buzz the tower, ball 1.
You ain't got to wear that, son.
And the 1-0 on the way. Chopped foul at the plate. That'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. The Michigan Wolverines defeated the Alabama Crimson Tide by a final score of 90-77.
Wow.
And the 1-1 on the way to Flemister. That one's upstairs. 2 balls, 1 strike. UConn has Michigan State on the ropes about midway through the first, 27-12. Tennessee and Iowa State about to tip off over on TBS.
The Hawks lost to the Celtics tonight.
Not a huge surprise there. 2-1 on the way, upstairs, ball 3. Boston, a very good team this year.
The Hawks did beat Detroit, which Detroit was first place in the East.
Yep.
In overtime. It was a very thrilling game. But the Hawks, with a tough stretch of road games and having to go to Boston, and again, the Garden is a tough place to play.
3-1, fouled back. That'll take the count full to 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Speaking of Boston, I'm looking forward to my trip.
I agree. I'm looking forward to it for you. New York Yankees winners tonight over the San Francisco Giants in a shutout 3-0. The Blue Jays of Toronto beat the Athletics of Nowhere by a final score of 3-2. And the Fish of South Beach beat the Rockies 2-1. Payoff pitch is fouled back, and Flemister stays alive.
Well, I'd tell you the Rockies might be the most miserable organization in baseball.
You got that right.
I mean, they have a beautiful stadium, a beautiful city, a terrible baseball team.
defending world champs, and the Diamondbacks are scoreless in the top of the second. The Padres and the Tigers scoreless in the bottom of the fourth. Payoff pitch on the way, misses well upstairs, ball 4, and Flemister draws the leadoff walk. The Guardians lead the Mariners 1-0 in the bottom of the third, and the Dirty Rotten Cheating Astros trail the Angels 5-2 in the bottom of the seventh. And no, they will never not be the Dirty Rotten Cheating Astros ever again in my lifetime. A very, very unnecessarily long look over to first by Tuggle, and the throw over, and Flemister is back safely. Dude, you are down 8 runs. Throw the ball.
Sam, the opinions of Sam Branch do not necessarily reflect the opinions and
Burgess
Broadcasting and yours truly here.
And that pitch gets away, and Flemister is going to take second easily. I'm just saying, it is 10:35 at night, and you are down 8 runs.
Sam just turned 35. I mean, he's on the downward slope. He's getting so close to 40. I mean, speaking of someone who's 40 years old, you know, he just gets grumpy when he gets late.
You got that right.
Grumpy. Just a couple of old men up here.
And the pitch on the way, and they're called strike 1. So that evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. If you ask people that have known me for a long time, though, they'll tell you I've always been like this. And
well, you're a morning person.
Yeah, I am.
Easy. Morning, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. 1-1 on the way, and that is belted to the left side and down. Flemister, big turn at third. He's going to come home. George is going to round first. He's going to be in at second. It got away from Hightower out there and left, and Thomas had to come over from his position at center field to clean it up. A hard hit ball by Timothy George plates another run, and now we are a run away from ending this one.
Yeah, a base hit could do it right here for Bryant Waddell, who is 0 for 1 with a run scored, an RBI, and a walk. He's also struck out today. And this may be the end of the day for Tuggle. Well, it's a pitch count. It's a pitch count thing. He's got 109 pitches.
Okay, I'll give him that.
Yeah, they're going to have to take him out. So that'll end it for Tuggle. Tuggle goes 5 innings, 8 hits, 10 runs, only 4 earned, 4 walks and 3 strikeouts, and the runner at second is his responsibility. We'll take a 60-second break as we have the pitching change. Back after this.
Looking for a good used vehicle? Don't go out of town. Come see the folks at Dingler Motor Company, 526 North Main Street. Bad credit, no problem. Dingler Motor Company can get you back on the road in no time with their in-house financing. Top quality pre-owned late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by and check out their wide selection at 526 North Main Street across from Livewire Surplus. Call them at 770-748-0906. Search them on Facebook at Dingler Motor Co. That's Dingler Motor Company.
There's nothing quite like the indoor comfort of a Daikin HVAC system. And not everyone can deliver the HVAC expertise and service quite like us, your local Daikin Comfort Pro. We're committed to your heating and cooling needs, whether you're looking for a system checkup or a replacement that fits your lifestyle and budget. Call us, your local Daikin Comfort Pro, today.
Call MasterTech Heating and Air at 770-748-6965 or visit us online at mymastertech.com, and go Dogs.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
We're going to go to the shortstop, Worthen, who will be the new pitcher after Tuggle is relieved due to his pitch count. He had 109 pitches. As we're jamming down to the theme from Mayberry. Does that song have a name besides being theme from Mayberry?
I have no idea.
Our theme from the Andy Griffith Show. It's a great song, though. I mean, we were playing the full version of it. Bryant Waddell will try to end the game right here.
The big band version. I like it.
Nobody out, runner at second base.
Waddell in the box, and Worthen, comes set. Pitch on the way, and that one is a chopper to the right side. They will go to first and get the out, but George moves up to third base. And now we'll see if Jacoby Williams can call it a night for us. The DH here in game 2 of the doubleheader is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. He does have a run scored. And so Williams has been held hitless. He is one of only 3 dogs in the lineup without a hit. Pitch on the way to him. Fouled back, strike 1. He joins Waddell and Flemister. Gerald, Perkins, and George all with multiple hits. They've got 2 each. The rest of the lineup with a single mark in the hit column. Worthen looks in, gets the sign. And that was foul tipped into the glove, strike 2. Still just 1 out here in the inning. And the pitch, and that one's well away. Runner will stay as that one got away from Morris. And so that takes the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, he got a favorable bounce there. That's why he didn't come home from third. Timothy did. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Williams back in the box. The look in by Worthen gets the sign from Morris. The pitch on the way. That misses, but barely, ball 2. The natives are restless.
And the natives are in Cedartown's dugout.
Yes, they are.
They're like, let's end it, guys. Come on.
2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 on, 1 out. 1 run already across, called, strike 3, and Williams is down on strikes for the 3rd time tonight. So now we go back to the top of the order to Ace Allen, and now there's 2 outs in the inning, and it'll be up to Ace if we don't want to go to the 7th.
Ace Allen.
Ace 1 for 4 with a run scored.
Shortstop in the box. Worthen looks in, gets the sign from Morris. Fakes a throw over to third. Now we're ready to go again. And the pitch. Missed, ball 1.
Pretty close pitch, I gotta say.
Very close. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. That missed outside, ball 2. Fastly approaching a quarter till 11. Two balls, no strikes. Pitch on the way. Hit up the middle. Going to be a tough play for Ramirez. He'll field fire to first in time for out number 3, and we will have to go to the 7th inning. Cedartown leads 11-2 back after this break here on the Big AA.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, 2 Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer, and that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
We head to the 7th inning. Cedartown leads 11-2, a 9-run lead. Boy, we had the winning run at third base. Going to have to go another half inning, but Owen Pilgrim will be back out there. Don't know how much longer we're going to be able to see him, though. His pitch count is up to 94. I think if he has an efficient inning, he can finish it out here and go the complete route. He's thrown 94 pitches, 60 of them strikes, 6 innings of work, 1 hit, 2 unearned runs, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. So Pilgrim, take out that first innings, had an outstanding ball game. And again, Sam, a lot of that in the first inning was beyond his control.
Yeah, that was some defensive errors that, you just hate to see. 2 errors to start off the game would put runners at first and second, and then you'd have a walk by Pilgrim. And so outside of that, like you said, pretty good night. Shumway will lead things off. It'll be 7, 8, and 9. Shumway, Hightower, and then Morris here in the top of the 7th inning. The final 3 outs for the Hiram Hornets. First pitch on the way from Pilgrim. Just missed upstairs, ball 1. The temperature has dropped. It's a little chilly out there. 1-0 on the way. That one's in the dirt. Ball 2. How far will they let Pilgrim go?
My guess is he'll get to that. He'll just get to that threshold and have to pull him.
So far, struggling here to the leadoff batter, Shumway. 2-0 on the way. Missed, ball 3. Time called, and that might do it already.
Will they pull him in the middle of the at-bat?
I don't think so. I think you'll let him.
So here's the rule for pitch count. Limit varsity pitchers to a maximum of 110 pitches per day, 90 for sub-varsity, with mandatory rest days based on pitch volume. So he would not be eligible to pitch again until after 3 days, which would be, of course, on Tuesday.
3-0 on the way. A chopper to the third base side, a play for Perkins. He will field and fire to first. Holiday had to climb the ladder to go get it, but he came back down right on top of the bag and retires Shumway for the first out of the inning.
Way to go, Day-Day.
What a play over there at first by Holiday.
So technically, he can go up to 110 pitches, but after that, he'll have to be taken out.
Well, he is 12 pitches away from that.
Well within striking distance of going the distance.
So Hightower comes to the plate, 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. First pitch is just a little high. Ball 1. I am just amazed at how much that wind just continues to whip out there.
I mean, it's the cold front.
It is.
It's the cold front moving in, bringing up the much colder weather. You can hear it. I mean, it just...
1-0 on the way from Pilgrim. Misses outside and a little up. 2 balls, no strikes. Falling behind here against Hightower. And the 2-0 is right down Broadway for strike 1. Cedartown in line to pick up the series sweep against the Hornets. 2-1 on the way, cut on a miss, strike 2. The Dogs have swept the Woodland Wildcats, took 2 out of 3 from the Cass Colonels. They took 1 out of 2 so far from Allatoona. 2-2 on the way, fouled at the plate, and Hightower will stay alive. We still have...
Technically, it's 2 out of... we lost 2 out of 3 to Allatoona unless we go back and resume that game. I think there's a question mark of whether or not we will resume that game, only if it's going to affect seeding in the playoffs. And if it does, then we'll definitely play that game. It's really our prerogative, honestly.
Dogs still left with series against Cartersville, Dalton, and Southeast Whitfield.
Yeah, 2 of those are really going to be really tough series.
2-2 called, strike 3 against Hightower, and that'll be the 7th strikeout of the night for Pilgrim, and the Hornets are down to their final out. Southeast, a very winnable, if not sweepable series.
I would say so.
Dalton and Cartersville, though, like you said, but if you could take 1 out of 3, good. If you can take 2 out of 3, great. As Morris hits that one to third base, Perkins will fire over to first. Holiday climbs the ladder, applies the tag, and that is out number 3. And the Dogs are going to sweep the season series against the Hiram Hornets, picking up the win here in Game 3 of the series by a final score of 11-2. We're going to go ahead and just wrap it up here. The Dogs' final line, 11 runs, 9 hits, 5 errors. Hiram 2 runs on 1 hit and 7 errors. Owen Pilgrim goes the full 7 innings, giving up 2 runs. Neither one of those runs would be earned. He would only give up 1 hit, 2 walks. He would get 7 strikeouts on the night. The Dogs now improve to a record of 11-6 overall and remain in 3rd spot, right there in the region standings. Cedartown Bulldogs will be in action next here on Tuesday night, 5:30 first pitch as we play host to the Cartersville Purple Hurricanes. You'll want to catch all of the live action right here on the Big Double A, 106.1 FM, AM 1340, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and the NFHS Network. Be sure to tune in to Saturday Mornings with Sam tomorrow morning around 8:15. Andrew Carter will join me. We'll talk a little bit about this series, look ahead to the next series, and also catch you up on all other things going on around the area sports-wise. Again, your final here tonight as the Dogs sweep the series 11-2. For my good friend and broadcast partner, Andrew Carter, I'm Sam Branch saying, as always, until next time, folks, good night, God bless, and go Dogs.
W291 ES Cedartown, your home for the Cedartown High School Bulldogs, AM 1340, and now 106.1 FM